All right, welcome. Today we're diving into something pretty fascinating, the incredible pressure your local pharmacy is under and the wild robotic automation that's stepping in to completely change the game. We're going to focus on one company in particular, ARxIUM, that is literally building the automated pharmacies of the future. Let's get right into it. But first, I want to start with a pretty direct question, especially for anyone out there who works in or manages a pharmacy. Take a hard look at how you do things right now. Is your workflow an asset, something that's actually helping you grow and keep patients safe? Or is it a liability, holding you back? Just keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this. Because you see, before we can even talk about a solution like ARxIUM, we really have to get our heads around the immense, and I mean almost crushing pressures that pharmacies are dealing with right now. And it's not just one thing, it's a whole bunch of challenges hitting all at once. First off, there's just the sheer volume. Day in and day out, the number of prescriptions that need to be filled just keeps going up and up. This puts an incredible strain on every single part of the operation. And at the very same time, so many pharmacies are dealing with staffing shortages. The mission is to do more, way more, but often with fewer people. It's a classic efficiency puzzle, right? Except here, patient health is literally on the line. And then layered on top of all that, you've got this complex web of regulations. A huge one is the Drug Supply Chain Security Act, or DSCSA. It basically requires pharmacies to trace every single medication all the way back to its source. It's a massive administrative burden that demands absolutely perfect tracking. So here's the bottom line. You have more work, fewer people, and way more rules. And in that kind of high-pressure cooker, the tolerance for mistakes is zero. Absolute zero. Patient safety is everything, and there is just no margin for error. So, what's the answer to this seemingly impossible problem? How do you possibly increase your output and your safety, all while managing costs and this insane complexity? Well, this is exactly where a company like ARxIUM steps into the picture. So what is ARxIUM? Exactly. Okay, try not to think of them as just a hardware company that sells robots. They're much more of a complete workflow solutions provider. They design and build these integrated, automated systems that are tailor-made to tackle the very challenges we just laid out. And you can really get a sense of their ambition just by looking at the sheer breadth of what they offer. This is not just one machine for one little task. We're talking massive central fill platforms for mail-order pharmacies, robotic vial fillers for your local spots, automated cabinets, and even super specialized tools for safely compounding IVs. They cover the entire pharmacy ecosystem.
Okay, so that's what they do. But let's get to the more important question. Why does any of this matter? Let's break down the actual, tangible value that this kind of technology brings to a pharmacy.
This table here really breaks down their core strengths nicely. Yeah, it starts with speed. Of course it does. That scalable throughput reduces labor and time. But look closer. It's also fundamentally about safety, with things like barcode verification every step of the way. It's about creating this integrated ecosystem where all the different pieces of hardware talk to one central software brain. And it's all adaptable, whether you're a small community hospital or a gigantic mail-order facility.
And when we talk about scale, just let this number sink in for a second. Over 200 million. That's how many prescriptions their big OptiFill platform handles in just 1 year. To put that into perspective, that's more than 500,000 prescriptions getting filled accurately every single day. That is some serious industrial strength power. And this is really how it all comes together. It's a true ecosystem. You've got inventory being managed by automated cabinets, pills are dispensed into vials by super-fast robots, IVs are prepared with automated safety checks, and watching over all of it is the RxWorks Pro software platform. It's like the central nervous system that connects and optimizes every single moving part. So, what does this all mean for a pharmacy director or a hospital administrator? Well, it means real, tangible results. It means fewer errors and safer patients. It means less waste and way better control of your inventory. Faster service, lower labor costs, easier compliance, and, this is a big one, the ability to scale and basically future-proof your entire operation. Now let's be real for a second. Putting a system this powerful into place isn't like, just buying a new printer. To be credible, we have to take a realistic look at the kinds of strategic things you've got to consider before adopting this kind of tech. This is really the strategic trade-off that every leader has to think about. The incredible benefits, the efficiency, the safety, the long-term return on your investment, they all come with some very real considerations. There's a significant upfront capital investment.
It absolutely requires you to redesign workflows and manage that change with your team. And you become dependent on that partner for maintenance and support. It's a strategic partnership, not just a simple purchase.
So, what's the final takeaway here? When you pull it all together, what is ARxIUM's ultimate role in the really challenging healthcare world we live in today?
You know, the source material we reviewed for this had a quote that I think just nails it. It says ARxIUM offers more than just automation. It turns costly manual processes into measurable value. And that right there is the key. It's about transforming a high-risk, high-cost process into a genuine asset, which frees up your highly trained pharmacist to focus on patient care, not just logistics.
And that brings us right back to our very first question, but maybe with a brand new perspective. Is your pharmacy just built to get by and handle today's challenges? Or is it being truly engineered to thrive in the inevitable, more complex, higher volume world of tomorrow? The answer to that question might just define its future.